After you.
Thank you. Should I go here?
You go there. What do you think of the studio?
Not very glam, is it? Not compared to the 14th century medieval castle I live in, anyway.
It's not quite true, is it?
All right, it's a semi in southeast London.
5 minutes. A long time or a short time, do you think?
Depends on the context. If you're dying for a wee, ages.
You're going to count us down.
I am.
Here we go.
3, 2, 1, go.
Now, you've played the organ on television. Do you play the organ in real life? Do you still play?
I do play the organ in real life. I've got one at home. I think it's enormously comical, and I just love banging away on it. It's like being in Blackpool.
Are you still afraid of flying?
I am afraid of flying, although I did go on a Don't Be Afraid of Flying course at Heathrow, and it made me slightly less afraid of it, but not much.
So do you go on holiday in the UK a lot?
I do go on holiday in the UK, and I pretend that I'm saving the planet, but in fact I just don't want to fly on a plane.
Is it true to say that you are an anti-monarchist? You're a Republican?
I am a Republican, although I do support the royal family, as we all do, because we pay tax, so we basically pay for them.
Do you think we'll ever get to a position where we don't have a royal family?
No, I don't, because I think they're far too entertaining for that. I think they'll carry on being a draw for the tourists until the end of time.
Now, how do you wind down in your private time?
Well, I don't do any exciting hobbies. I just lie down on the settee like a big blob and drink a lot, watch the telly, read the paper, read books, shout at the children, stroke the cat, whatever.
You're a bit of a smoker, aren't you?
I am a bit of a smoker, yes.
Have you ever tried to give up?
Yeah, I gave up for 5 years and actually didn't have to try that hard. I just stopped and it was okay. But I like it too much, so I started again.
Tell me about motherhood.
Yes.
You've got 2 children, you mentioned it.
Yes.
How on earth do you fit it all in?
I honestly couldn't tell you. I think just purely by taking each day at a time, sound like an alcoholic, don't I? But each day at a time, looking in my diary, seeing what I'm doing that day, trying to get through the day, and then just going zonk at the end of it.
Do you enjoy panel shows? Because you do quite a bit of work on panel shows.
Yeah, I do. I think all panel shows are very different. I enjoy some of them. I mean, it all depends on what sort of mood you're in, what the questions are like, blah-de-blah-de-blah. It's a really different experience a lot of the time.
Sort of different type of pressure, I suppose, because you have to bounce off other people.
Yeah, that's right. And you have to perform on the day at the time that you need to perform. So if you're a bit off colour or in a bad mood and you mess it up, then it's gone forever and there you are looking like a fool.
How do you prepare for your own stand-up? Do you have a writer who helps you?
Yeah, I write with someone else, and he's great because if I've got too much work on, he comes in and helps me write stuff for telly or for radio, whatever. And also for my stand-up, he writes very brilliant one-liners, and they just slot in very nicely to the rest of my stuff.
And while we're talking about writing, you do write books yourself.
I do. I've written 3 novels and 2 history books.
And do you still see yourself, though, primarily as a comedian?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, writing drives me nuts. I mean, I quite enjoy it when I'm doing it, but the build-up to it is like, oh, God, I've got homework and it's going to last a year.
You read a lot. I've heard you're a bit of a bookworm.
I love reading. I grade books differently according to how hard they are to read. So, for example, I might read Dickens, but that takes more concentration than a bit of chick lit, shall we say. But I kind of go right across every genre. I love every type of book.
You started out life, is it true, as a psychiatric nurse?
Yes, I did. I mean, I did plenty of things before that. I had a lovely job pulling the heads off chrysanthemums in a flower nursery for a while. I've worked in the civil service. I've worked in a pub. I've done loads of different things, but I was a psychiatric nurse all in all for 10 years.
And what was that like?
Fantastic, absolutely loved it. It was very exciting. I like working with people. I think people who are bonkers are lovely, which most people don't, unfortunately. They're just like all the rest of us. And I found it immensely rewarding.
Do you miss it?
I do miss it, because I actually miss working with a team of people that I can rely on, that I really like. And I actually miss seeing all the people I knew who came to see us. So, yes, I miss it a lot.
What makes you cross?
What makes me cross? I think the thing that makes me most cross is bullying in any shape or form. I can't bear anyone, picking on someone for spurious reasons, whether it's a child, and I think adults are bullies as well, a lot of them. So that drives me absolutely insane.
We haven't got long to go. Do you feel that your public persona has changed? Do you think people's perception of you has changed? Do you think people have warmed to you?
Apparently they have, according to what certain people have told me. Yes, and I'm kind of aware of it, sort of in the papers, but I'm just the same hideous old man-hating lesbian I always was.
Do you cook?
I hate cooking. I remember Joan Rivers said about Elizabeth Taylor, she always said to the microwave, hurry up, and I'm like that.
It's all over?
Yes.
You've survived?
I have. That was good fun, really
Really
enjoyed
nice to
it,
see you.
Matt.
Really
Yeah,
nice
you
to see you.
too.